it's easy for a poet and a poet to work together, but for poets to find someone that is in a different arts form, art space, whatever you call it, and have something that has been interpreted so perfectly. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Be Cultured. My name is Beatrice Mamba, the Honeybee Bay Queen Bazet, and I will be giving you this week's video as promised. Let me take these off actually and just respect you guys. My eyes are a bit, so I tried to cover them, but respect says let me not do that. So this week we are having a book review of a poetry book from the Kingdom of Eswatini by Tammy Makongo. Remember, if you're a returning subscriber, welcome. Chill with me, share the videos, and let's keep it moving and keep it growing. But if you are new and you kind of like what you're seeing, or you're kind of checking things out, just like, subscribe, and then see what's happening as more videos come through. Well, let's get straight into the video. Now, this is what the book looks like. It's actually kind of a painting, a literal painting. Because I kind of work hard, I kind of found a way to see it for myself. It's beautiful. Like, it's beautiful in the book, but it's more beautiful when you actually see it. I hope that Tammy at some point shows us the painting on his Instagram or Twitter or something, because it's really beautiful. It was done by Honest Lichtenklanger, who's like, you know, kind of a respected painter in the country. He's like a dope artist, awesome guy. You can check his art out also. We are Be Cultured, so cultured people know that paintings are a beautiful thing to have. I should be one of the first ones to actually go buy one, so I don't have plain backgrounds like this. But I digress. Beautiful, beautiful cover. A war against hate. It kind of lets you know the minute you just pick it up that this is, you know, a deep book, a serious book. It tackles into serious subjects. It just lets you know that we ain't playing games. And GBV, unity, love, peace, mental health. So I already have an idea of what to look for inside. And well, here. So I'm kind of super excited about this because I am super lucky that when I asked for my copy, it was signed. I was very clear that I want a signed copy, and there it is. So if I ever decide that I want to sell it, I'm gonna like charge you guys 500 because it has Tammy's signature. Like come on now. Anyway, so it's like 103 pages, nothing hectic for those of you that don't really read that much. The print is kind of, you know, a reasonable font. I like that. It's got pictures on each and every poem. The beginning of each and every poem has, you know, kind of graphics that sort of give you an idea of what's happening. I like that as well. So yeah, the book itself is quite interesting. If you know me personally, then you understand that traditional poetry, written poetry, isn't really my favorite. I prefer spoken word because that's how I fell in love with poetry as an art. I studied literature in high school and I didn't like poetry because of just how it was structured. But I enjoyed this book, and also it's written in English. I enjoyed this book because of the fact that I easily relate to the subject matter, and the themes that are kind of like occurring in the book. Let me just show you. Okay, I won't show you, but I'll tell you. Here, in the, what do you call this thing? Hey, but where's the page? Why is this thing trying to embarrass me? So it's divided into 4 parts, basically. The first one looks at kind of, let me just say, gender-based violence, yeah. And then the second one looks into gender minorities. Third, health awareness, mental health, and then it's politics. I found it quite interesting that the politics part just has a few poems, and the huge bulk of it is gender-based violence, and the gender minorities maybe, but it's just mostly gender-based violence. I found it very interesting, especially since most of the pieces there were in the voice of a woman. The kind of ideas, thoughts, perceptions, and emotions of a survivor. And there's just a few where Tammy wrote as the perpetrator or abuser. So it was quite interesting how much content he kind of was able to write on the subject matter of gender-based violence. It lets me know that it's probably something that's very important to him, more than just kind of something that he wrote about. It seems like it has personal importance. That's how it felt to me anyway. So yeah, now looking at the book, I just like the fact that there's so much powerful conversations that can be started from these poems. It's just easy to read a poem and then go on Twitter or go to your friends and then start talking about certain things, and it would then lead to more and more conversations, and the more we speak about things, the more we kind of find a way to solutions. That's just how I feel. Obviously, I just said that it has interesting visuals at the beginning of every poem. Some are not that visible to my eye, but I kind of like the fact that you could see the picture and you could sort of like get another feel of the poem outside of the words themselves. So that was great. Well, also, I wrote the pointers at the back of the book, so I'm kind of reading that. And then I found the collaboration to be a brilliant idea. 2 artists in different art forms coming together to kind of give us this beautiful work. I like that. I respect that, because it's easy for a poet and a poet to work together, but for poets to find someone that is in a different art form, art space, whatever you call it, and have something that has been interpreted so perfectly. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I love it. There's some intentionality that I picked in the crafting of the poems, and I liked the fact that even the titles were quite catchy. The titles would let you know that this is a piece you don't want to miss out. Don't want to skip a page or anything like that. So super respect for that. Super respect. Tammy Reid just did a good job. So I have my favorite poem here, and it is They Don't Need to Know. It's, let me try and find it. It's kind of interesting that it made me feel something different towards men that are perpetrators, because I got to see a bit of how they think. I obviously detest men, that think they own women, men that think that they can do whatever they want to a woman just because they have either more power, more strength, whatever, I don't know. So I'm going to read you the poem. They don't need to know. I admired your purity, your innocence. I never had any, even as a boy. I know how it sounds, but my feelings for you are pure. Well, I failed. You finally started paying attention to the things I've done to you. You were going to abandon me. You were determined to expose me. You know I can't go to the police. In the papers, they say you were missing. Now I have to put you somewhere where you'll never be found. Can I tell you a secret? Nothing but a passing thought. And I'm not trying to patronize you. You were the one. And for the rest of my days, I will be lighting candles for your soul, thinking about you and your tragedy. It was me. It was all me, and I need help getting out of this shell. I have done nothing to improve myself. It is now that I know that what I was missing, your touch, skin to skin contact. That is what I was craving. That is what I was missing. Why not that night? Your skin is now cold and stiff, and yet I still can't quiet my cravings. So it's kind of interesting to see that there is this pedestal that men put women on, where they kind of not see you as someone valuable, but rather as a trophy that they own, that they put up there for everyone to see and not touch, and things like that. And that when you kind of resist and start wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, and wanting accountability for certain actions and just the way that you were treated, then instead of addressing that and dealing with that and being vulnerable with you and solving the problem around it, men get violent, men get defensive, and then it becomes a struggle for your life. I found that a bit mind-blowing, I guess I've always known that abusers kind of pick their victims a certain way, so they act a certain way towards you and different towards everybody else, and I've understood that. But I didn't realize that in their own twisted way, they really feel like they have placed you in this position of importance, and they feel betrayed that you're not getting that. So that's what I've kind of felt and picked from the piece. Doesn't really mean that that's what Tammy was trying to say, but that's just my interpretation of it. And I'm gonna stick to it because it's arts. Kind of take what you take, and it is what it is. You're right no matter what it is. So yeah, and there's just some, I can't say empathy, but there's like a pseudo empathy that I kind of feel. So I still put the blame on the men. I still am 100% sure it's his fault. I still am angry. I still am outraged. But I have a certain other perspective from his side. And I like that he's acknowledging that he did what he did. He's not denying it, but I'm getting a picture of why he did it. So it's sort of a piece that makes me reconsider certain things, and I respect that. Like anything that makes me think and rethink certain things and kind of try to be a student of life, learning, unlearning. Anything that gives me that opportunity is like high value for me. So a war against hate is definitely high value. Please make sure you get yourself a copy. It's 180 with Tammy Magongo. I'm sure you'll find him on all social networks as Tammy Magongo. Um, uh, just get the book. Just get the book. And if you have maybe children, I think it would be an awesome read for them. Just maybe for your like quality time, bonding time, read a few things, discuss a few things. So instead of making it like this educational thing where you just tell people, do not, perpetrate gender-based violence, do not enable gender-based violence, do not allow yourself to have any form of prejudice or hate towards gender minorities and those things, and opening their minds to politics and such subjects, which are all themes that are found in this book. Once you read a poem and you kind of all discuss what you're getting from the poem, what you're kind of picking from it, and looking at the climate of the country Eswatini and just what's happening around and what this book is saying, I feel like it would be a great start towards structuring the minds of kids in towards making a better Swaziland, a better country, and better democracy, because that's where we're going. Like, democracy is where we're going. Whether we're gonna get that this year or in 10 years, that's where we're going. So no questions about that. And if you are like Mangalolo or whatever, I respect your different opinions, but you've lost your mind. But I respect that, I respect that. So yeah, that's my review. I hope it kind of prompts you towards going to get this book. Not even just for entertainment, though. Like, I do it for entertainment, but I also do it just to open my mind because I'm a poet. But do it just for maybe lending it to your neighbor and letting them read and letting them kind of see certain things differently. We're trying to create a better society, a better country, a better everything, and that is not possible if we just let things be and not talk about certain things. So yeah, that's that. I hope you enjoyed it, especially if you've reached this part of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, definitely comment, especially if you already have read the book, bought the book, just say something, anything. From me, it's goodbye. The Honeybee Bay Queen Bizet is buzzing away. I love you all.